Jelena, one more
Yeah.
question. I can see a lot of dancers, of course, learning through, there's a lot of competition coming up.
Yes.
Would you say that's the best way for anybody that wants to really upgrade their level of belly dancing? Is that the only alternative to really study more? Because I feel sometimes those competition take away the heart and the soul, and it just bring out something that can be, you kind of lose a bit of your soul and too much on the technique. Or maybe that's the best way, learn all the technique and then go back to the soul. Any other way that us or my students?
Yeah. Competitions, there's pros and cons. I really do believe that. I believe that a competition can sharpen your skills, but it can also blur your purpose, right? It can blur kind of the purpose. So I hope that people, if they do it, they want to have a place where they can get goals of growing, get goals of getting feedback, get goals about improving on their performance skills, because a competition, you have to get up and perform it. So as you said, I do want to agree with that other point. There's not a lot of room for like this emotional expression, right? Because you've got to show like a list of technical things that you can accomplish. And that's part of being in a competition. So that's a good thing. But then there's not enough space for maybe a lot of emotional expression. But there are like some great dancers, because I've judged tons of competitions, and you just go like, wow, the dancer had all of the checklist and she had great, emotional connection. So there is room for that. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but when you get into these competitions where there's like 400 dancers, it's really hard to take it all in. But I think the advice for the dancer is do them for personal goals that you can grow, you can evolve, you can also be among your peers, because that's an important thing. I think it's something that has served me so well. I'm surrounded by my peers. I don't surround myself by just my students or my fans, because you can get really stuck, in a rut there. So if you're surrounded by peers, other great dancers, it inspires me I want to be just as good as them. Oh, I want to level up with them. And I try not to compare myself, although it's human nature and we still do that at times. I try to think about my strengths. What do I have to contribute? And that dancer is so great. They've got these incredible strengths, and I want to bring my strengths up as well. So those are my thoughts with that, as far as like competition. As long as it's a path that leads to longevity.